Welcome to this video where I'll be letting you know whether it is enough for you to have your group life insurance alone or you also need individual life insurance. Stick around to the end of this video because I'll be exposing every single thing that you need to know about group life insurance versus individual life insurance and which one is better, or do you need both of them or you need only one of them. Without wasting time, let's go straight into the video. So what is group life insurance and what is individual life insurance? Well, group life insurance is insurance that you obtain as a member of a group. A group can be a company or organization, an association, or a union. But for the purpose of this video, we are going to be sticking with a company throughout the rest of this video. So in this context, the company will be the group, while you, who is the employee, would be the member of that group. Whereas we already know what individual insurance is, it is insurance that you take as an individual at your own terms. Let's talk about the ownership of these two types of insurance. When it comes to group insurance, the insurance is partially owned by the company. As a member of that company or an employee of that company, you automatically qualify for that group insurance. Whereas when it comes to individual life insurance, it's something that you deliberately opt for yourself to take the insurance policy. Let's talk about the medical aspect. When you take a group life insurance as an employee of a company, you do not undergo any medical examination or what is also called medical underwriting. And that is because it is a group life insurance. Whereas if you take an individual life insurance, you have to undergo medical examination. Let's talk about the cost of the insurance itself, which is the monthly premiums. When it comes to group life insurance, the monthly premiums are usually very cheap. And most times, it is the company that pays for the premiums. Well, there are situations where it can be shared between the company and the employee as well. However, when we talk about individual life insurance, the premiums are a lot higher than group life insurance. So, I hope you are taking note of some of the differences so far. Now, let's move on to talk about the death benefit itself. Death benefit for most group life insurance is typically between 1 to 2 years of the annual salary of the employees. And one thing I want you to take note of is the fact that all these are determined by the company. So, in the policy plan itself, the company will enshrine all the details of the plan. Sad to say that many employees do not even know what the details of their group life insurance is. Many employees do not even know what the death benefit amount that will be paid to their beneficiaries is if indeed they passed away. For example, the employer could stipulate that the death benefit for that insurance policy is 2 years annual salary of the employee. But they can go ahead to change it at any point in time. That's because the decision making lies with the company. That's what I'm trying to tell you. So there are a lot of decisions that the company would have taken concerning that group life insurance. So the onus is on you as an employee to go and read up the details. Find the plan and the details contained in that policy so that you can understand everything that it entails. Otherwise, you will be taken unawares when the time comes. Let's take an example of an employee whose annual salary is $50,000, for example. So that employee, if they were to pass on, their family will receive a death benefit of $100,000 if it is 2 years. But if it is 1 year, then they will only receive $50,000. Yes, you heard me right. The question is, will $50,000 or $100,000 be enough? Well, that's the reason you are listening to this video, so that you can make the decision yourself. But when it comes to individual life insurance, the death benefit is determined by the individual themselves, though subject to certain needs analysis that would have been performed. What I'm saying in essence is that you have the freedom to choose whatever death benefits you want, as long as you qualify for that amount. Now, let's move on to something else, which is the crux of the matter when it comes to the difference between group life insurance and individual life insurance. But before we move on there, I would like to quickly remind you to like this video, share it, and subscribe so that you can get more impactful financial education videos like this in the future. Now let's move on to what I call the crux of the matter. Did you know that the day you exit that company, your group life insurance ceases to exist? Yes, it vanishes into the thin air like vapor, meaning that from that moment, you do not have any insurance anymore. Well, it's not all bad news. And the reason is because there is a possibility that you can convert your group life insurance into individual life insurance. And also, the new company you might be going to, you can also obtain a new group life insurance from that company. Now, let's talk about the conditions under which you can convert from your group life insurance into individual life insurance if you are exiting a company. There are 3 conditions stipulated. 1, if the company itself where you are exiting enshrined it in their plan that there is that option to be able to convert, then you can convert. The second condition is you have to do the conversion within the stipulated 31 days. And then thirdly, as at when you are doing that conversion, you must be eligible, and also your group life insurance policy must be active. So these are the 3 conditions with which we can convert from a group life insurance to individual life insurance. So that's to tell you that it is not guaranteed. Now, I have told you that there's a good news because you can convert to individual life insurance. However, it's not all uhuru yet, because there's another twist which I'm going to be telling you about now. Again, it's up to you to decipher and make your decisions. So what is it I'm going to be saying? I want to talk to you about the premiums and the death benefits when you convert. When you convert from your group life insurance to individual life, your death benefit cannot increase. So if, for example, your death benefit was $100,000 when you are converting, your death benefit can never be more than $100,000 when you go to individual life insurance. However, you can reduce your death benefits. Remember, when you convert, your premiums will increase because group life insurance premiums are usually very cheap, but it's not that cheap when it comes to individual life insurance. So if you convert, for example, and you think your premium is too high for you to pay, remember now your company is no more paying it, you are the one going to be paying, and you think the premium is too high and you want to start paying lower premiums, then you can reduce your death benefit. But mind you, the death benefit was already small. It was already 100,000. So by the time you reduce it, you probably reduce it to about 50,000. That way, your premiums can reduce. But let's look at it the other way around. So what if you say, oh, so my death benefit is just 100,000? 100,000 is too small. What's my family going to do with 100,000 if anything happens to me? So there goes the trick. That's exactly why I told you that this is another place where you need to make a decision for yourself. The point is, if you decide to increase your death benefit from 100,000 to a higher figure, here, there are 2 things that are going to happen. One of them is that it's going to incur a lot higher premiums. And secondly, you would have to undergo medical examination. What if during the medical examination you do not qualify due to one health problem or the other, or any other factor for that matter? Because there are a lot of factors that the underwriting considers before approving an insurance policy. So there you go. There are 2 things that you should consider there. The premiums will increase if you indeed want to increase the death benefit, and at the same time, you will undergo examination, medical examination, to find out if you are qualified for that insurance policy. So these are some of the things that you should put into consideration when converting from group life insurance to individual life insurance. So that's it, guys. I've been able to expose everything that you need to know between group life insurance and individual life insurance. The rest is yours to do. With this information that you have now, you are armed to be able to make the most informed decision that will separate you from those who make giant mistakes in life. Now you know what to do. Are you going to be sticking with your group life insurance, or you are going to be adding individual life insurance to it? The decision is yours to make, my friend. Thank you for watching this video. I've had a good time with you today, and I hope to see you in the very next one. By the way, I have another video for you there which talks about basic differences between term and universal life insurance. Which one should you go for? Before I see you in the next video, take care and have a great one.